All right. So, can you actually use alcohol in your baked goods as a baked good ingredient? And can you do it under cottage food laws? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down specifically what you can and can't do and help you understand the actual usage of alcohol in baked goods or any type of food product you might be making from home in order for you to do it legally and safely. So, welcome to Cottage Food Laws. We are all about home-based food business entrepreneurship. Definitely hit the subscribe button. We have tons of great resources, and check out our other channels here on YouTube. We have multitudes of food entrepreneurship channels with great resources. Now, let's dive right into this. Number one, alcohol is actually usually allowed when it's used as a flavoring. Now, many cottage food laws, alcohol is allowed if it's used as a flavoring ingredient and the alcohol cooks off during the baking. Now, let me give you an example of what this means. Examples include the following, like rum cake, bourbon pecan cookies, amaretto cake, Kahlua chocolate cake, brandy fruit cakes, or even rum-flavored pound cakes. Now, during the baking, most of the alcohol actually evaporates due to the heat. That actually leaves the flavor behind. Now, what remains is the taste, not the actual alcoholic effect. Now, as an example, like rum cakes are baked at around 350 degrees. That creates the evaporation that removes that alcohol and only the flavor. Bourbon cookies, you bake them at around 325, 350 as well. Same scenario, right? Irish cream brownies, baked at 350, you have simply the flavor of the Irish cream, but the alcohol remains. Now, in these cases, the alcohol is actually treated very similar, by the way, to vanilla extract, which also contains alcohol. I don't know if you know that, but vanilla extract that you use in your cookies does actually have alcohol to it. Number two, alcohol cannot be sold as an alcoholic product. Now, what that means is cottage food laws do not allow you to sell alcoholic products themselves. Now, what does that mean, Damien? What is an alcoholic product? Well, you cannot sell things like, let's say, alcohol-infused chocolates with liquid alcohol centers, or cupcakes that are considered the boozy cupcakes, where alcohol is actually added after the baking. Alcohol-filled candies or cocktail drinks even, or Jello shots in some cases, those you cannot, because those contain a very high amount of alcohol that it's not baked off. Alcohol-soaked, let's say, cakes that contain measurable amount of alcohol as well. Now, if the finished product still contains alcohol, it becomes an alcoholic product that's considered not allowed, which requires special licensing through the alcohol regulatory agencies and such in every state, okay? So under cottage food laws, that's a no. So you understand the process of using the actual ingredient as a alcohol-infused product. Number three, the post-bake alcohol is usually not allowed as well. So adding alcohol after you bake a product is where problems actually simply start having. So for example, let's say rum brushed onto the cake after it's baking. So if you take straight rum, for instance, and you put that directly on the surface of a cake or a cookie, that is considered an alcohol product because it hasn't baked off. Bourbon glaze that contains alcohol or alcohol-infused frostings or like whipped creams or even buttercreams, if you put alcohol in it, that is actually considered alcohol, and that's not baked off during the process, okay? Now, these often do not cook off the alcohol because you're actually putting them on, so that actually means the product may legally be considered an alcoholic product. Now, most cottage food laws prohibit that, of course, as I just mentioned. And number four, so alcohol in extracts is completely normal because that's what extracts are. Now, many ingredients already contain alcohol and are perfectly acceptable in cottage foods, like vanilla extract or even almond extract, lemon, orange, peppermint extract. So all of these products typically contain about 35% alcohol, but they are legal because they are used for flavorings in smaller amounts, a couple of drops here and there. It's not being doused or coated with an entire solid base of alcohol. Number five, some states may interpret the rule a little differently. This is where it gets a little tricky to explain whether you can and you can't. But each state regulates, of course, cottage food laws differently. Now, some states are very strict than others. Generally speaking, like alcohol baked into a product is usually allowed, like I just mentioned. Now, alcohol used like vanilla extract, allowed, right? But alcohol remaining in the finished product, selling alcohol-containing foods, both obviously are not allowed without certain licenses from the state. So if you plan to sell products like bourbon brownies or rum cakes, it's always smart to confirm with your state's Department of Agriculture or the local health department regulating those cottage foods within your state. Now, check our channel here because we have a lot of great videos that explain what you can and can't make, and you should be able to find that here on Cottage Food Laws. Last but not least, number six. Now, these are examples of cottage food products that commonly use alcohol flavorings. Now, many home bakers legally sell items such as the following. Of course, like rum cake, as we mentioned, amaretto pound cake, brandy fruit cakes, Kahlua cupcakes with the baked version, right? Or bourbon pecan pies and such. Now, these are actually in these recipes specifically, the alcohol is simply part of the flavoring profile. So simple rule to remember, if the alcohol is baked and cooked off, it should be okay, 99% of the time. If alcohol is remaining though in the product, and it's usually not allowed, that's like we discussed, okay? So if you have any questions about alcohol use in your specific baked goods or cooking with it, definitely let us know down below, and I'll see you guys on our next video.